Hey everybody, welcome back to the family channel.
Hi.
We hope you guys are having a fantastically awesome day so far. We hope you had an awesome weekend. Our week hasn't started off exactly how we had planned. We were meant to get our heating installed today and they pushed us back till tomorrow, which sucks because it's starting to get cold now and we've only got the oil radiator. So
Yeah, you could feel in the morning that it was a bit chilly in the house.
she's the one moaning. I'm for a change. I'm not moaning about the temperature.
Yeah, I don't know how you're not moaning, but I was feeling pretty cold this morning because obviously like the frost is here now.
Yeah.
So
I'm running hot this year, so I'm hoping it lasts. I'm hoping I stay warm this year because
Very
I hate
optimistic.
winter. Yeah, I hate it. Anyway, today we are reacting to the top 10 ghost towns in America. I saw this video and I thought it would be pretty interesting. And with Halloween right around the corner, I thought, why not check this one out? We don't really celebrate Halloween here in Slovakia, although there are lots of decorations this year, aren't
yeah,
there?
there is, but like you don't really see people in the village
No.
going trick or treating. I mean, few people I know they put the sweets out in front of their gates, but that's about it. Like,
Maybe
and
we'll
then,
put gherkins or something just to wind people up.
yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to be checking that out. Before we get into today's video, though, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's check out the top 10 ghost towns in America. See, I like that. I think it's cool.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the world according to Briggs. I am Briggs, and I kind of like my neighbors. My old house, I didn't really like my neighbors, but I like my neighbors. Do you hate your neighbors? A study published by Home.com showed that 30% of all Americans
waffling
dislike
about
their
neighbors.
neighbors and have had, at a minimum, a full-blown argument with said neighbors. Another 40% said they avoid.
When I say I like that, I don't mean I like exploring it. You know, like when we go to that Korodnica or whatever, that water place. It's a big abandoned spa, and I love going to have a look around there. Although they are renovating it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go into the buildings
sucks.
anymore, which is you a bit gutted about
Yeah,
it
I
because
love going
Jono
into that
went
sort of stuff.
to these buildings and he was like, "Oh look, what's here?"
I love that sort of stuff. Anything with history, I love it. So, like, I could walk around there and just imagine what's happened. Obviously, if it's tragic and that, it's not that.
Yeah.
You know, life is full of tragedy, though. So
their
I'm
neighbors, while
waffling.
10% said they would like to do the nasty with the neighbor's spouse. A lot of people wish they could live in a ghost
Do the
town for
nasty
these
with the
reasons. No
neighbor's
one to fight with,
spouse. No,
avoid,
thanks.
or catch stooping your wife. Sort of like the people that prefer to live in the secluded towns in my past video series.
That's
Ghost
nice.
towns are
I wanna
sprinkled
live there.
all over the United States, with a few states like Colorado having so many, they'll
You
get
can
their
cut the
own
grass.
video in this series. This is one of those videos that people have been asking for a while, and I like to keep you guys happy, seeing that without you, I'm just some dude that travels, films, and says stupid crap. Ghost towns happen for a multitude of reasons. Most commonly, they had some sort of industry like mining or manufacturing
water.
that for whatever reason went away. With no way to make money, people leave, hence a ghost town. Unless you're, of course, Thurman, West Virginia, they got no jobs and they got 5 residents hunting squirrel or
at those
something, or
rocks.
moonshine. I don't know
hell's
what they're doing there, but they're still living there. So why don't we find out where these vacant towns are and how they became vacant in my top 10 ghost towns in America. Number 10, Centralia, Pennsylvania. In 1962, Centralia was a bustling coal mining town that had just experienced a
I've heard
fire in
about
one of their
sort
coal
of
mines.
fire.
No big deal. Life went on. In 1979, locals started becoming aware of some weird things happening around there, like, smoke coming out of the ground, cracks in the ground, things like that. But the scale of the problem really wasn't known until a gas station owner, who was also the mayor at the time, John Coddington, inserted a dipstick into one of the underground tanks to check fuel levels. When he withdrew it, he noticed it was kind of hot. He lowered a thermometer into the tank on a string and was shocked to find out that the temperature of the gasoline in the tank was about 172 degrees Fahrenheit. Today,
Oh
the
my
fire still
God.
burns. In 1981, Centralia was condemned by the state and the city was evacuated. A few stubborn residents still reside in Centralia. The state has allowed them to live the rest of their lives out there. However, once they
I think I've seen some pictures in that of this where people have graffitied everywhere on the road and stuff because that's crazy. I've heard of this
How
place.
crazy is that?
Imagine that, like if he hadn't
I
checked the
wonder how
temp.
the fire started.
I think it's a coal mine.
Yeah, but like how then
I don't know.
something must have started the
Maybe one of the
fire.
coal miners was smoking. I don't know.
they pass, their property will be claimed by eminent domain. In 2017, 5 homes and about 6 or 7 people remained. You can go see it now, but I'm sure eventually it'll be closed off. Not sure how, but they will stop people from going to Centralia eventually.
What the heck?
That?
It's going on a bit. That's it.
Number 9. Bannock, Montana. Bannock was founded in 1860 as a gold mining town and was actually the Montana Territory capital.
I was literally going to say, I want to go to one of the old gold mining towns or like an old west town and have a look at it. I love that sort of thing. I'm actually listening to a book now and they were talking about, what's his name? Boone. Something Boone. He was an old west. He's like one of the first known serial killers. It's really interesting. Like he would eat people and everything because he was out and it's scary, but like history. I love that sort of stuff.
For 1 year. They moved the capital to Virginia City, another mining town that wasn't as remote and also didn't have a sheriff that was running a gang that robbed and dispatched people heading west. Yeah, that was a thing. The sheriff's crime spree came to an end like most criminals back in the Old West. Let's just say it involved a rope. At its peak, Bannock had a population of about 10,000 people. This was one of the longest standing mining towns in Montana. Most of the residents had left by 1950, and the last residents actually left in 1970, so not terribly far back. Today, the state has made Bannock an official state park with more than 50 buildings still standing. This place looks like a place a Western was filmed. And to younger people that have no idea what a Western is, think Clint Eastwood back in the 1970s. Go ahead and Google it. Put it on pause and go ahead and Google it.
That is nice, eh?
Number 8, Old Kaba, Alabama. Kaba was Alabama's first state capital from 1820 to 1825. Again, what is the deal with these towns turning into ghost towns after they moved the state capital? Good thing for the United States, Philly and New York didn't close up shop after they settled on D.C., right? This is Alabama's most famous ghost town. It was used as a trading and transport center for cotton before the Civil War and as a village for slaves after the war. Nearly all the residents had skipped town by 1900, and now it's pretty well maintained. It's a nice place to go visit. There's a lot of videos on it on YouTube. Although the area is no longer inhabited, the Alabama Historical Commission maintains the site as Old Kaba Archaeological Park. It was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1973. The town, and later abandoned site, has been the setting for many ghost stories, as you can imagine. Any place that's got this kind of history is gonna have some ghost tales. Kind of like Scooby-Doo, but a little more realistic. A widely known one tells of a ghostly orb that kind of floats around this area that used to be an old garden maze. The old garden maze.
Do you believe in ghosts? I don't know if I've ever asked you.
I don't know.
I don't.
There was a...
I've never seen one, so I don't... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing is believing, so... I don't know.
Yeah, there was I think there was an occasion when my aunt died and kind of like something spooky happened and...
I think that was probably a dream.
No, it wasn't a dream.
No?
No, it wasn't a dream.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not convinced.
I don't know.
See, I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in aliens. There's got to be something up there.
Yeah, but ghosts and aliens are like two different things, isn't it? Like there must be something else in the universe.
Right, we're vying way off topic here. Yeah. But no, ghost towns, but aliens.
The orb is there on Friday the 13th at about I'm just kidding. I don't know when it's there. But anyway, it's supposed to be there, and it's a glowing orb. Number 7, Ora, Texas. Ora was a town designed as a stop on the Pecos River Railroad. Of course, after the automobile was invented, the train fell out of fashion and Orla was left to decay. Orla was founded in 1890. The population reached a high of around 250 people when oil, gas, and sulfur brought more workers into the region in the 1960s. Now, here's a real oddity. This hardly ever happens to ghost towns. Orla has sprung back to life. I'm not kidding. Back as early as 2014, there were still just old buildings that were run down and a historical site marker. But since 2015 or so, construction companies have moved in and started putting up buildings and warehouses. Oil in the area has brought people back. Now, it is still registered as a ghost town, but it has a truck stop and a few other businesses now. It's kind of weird. This place is out in the middle of nowhere. I guess if there's money to be made, people will show up. Money is like teenage boy hormones. It brings you to some really strange places you wouldn't normally go to. Number 6, Bombay Beach, California. Bombay Beach became a vacation destination in the 1940s and 50s, and it's in the middle of the desert on what is known as the Salton Sea, which is actually a lake. Families and individuals lived here and vacationed here for many years. After local farmers used the lake for dumping, the water became so toxic that it had a putrid odor to it, and it killed all the fish living in the lake. I mean, all of them. Nothing lives in that lake now. There are boats that were just abandoned and left in the mud.
People ruin
really
everything,
looks like
eh?
all
Yeah.
the humans just got up one day and left. This place is an environmental nightmare. You can go there to this day and see dead birds that never got the memo about not drinking the water of the Salton Sea.
Flippin' heck.
This was, of course, way too toxic for humans,
Wow.
and quickly most of the residents just moved on, left their homes
What
there.
do they put in
It's
that
just
water?
sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It really is. Been by there a few times in my life. Actually, one of the strangest dudes I have ever known in my life, he lived there for a while. Like, when it was abandoned. Strange guy. Number 5, Goldfield, Arizona. Goldfield was discovered in the late 1800s and had run out of gold before the turn of the century.
wow.
And as
Look at
humans
that.
do, when there's no gold or pumpkin spice lattes, they
Flippin'
move
heck.
on. An attempt was made to revive the city in 1921 when it was renamed Youngsburg, which sucked. Goldfield to Youngsburg? What genius decided that was a good idea? Probably
Gosh,
some dude
look
that had
how
been out in the
cool
sun
that is.
That
Oh,
is like a proper western.
Yeah, look, saloon, I think it's going to say.
Look
Imagine
at that cacti.
cactus.
Cactus.
Cacti? Isn't cacti plural? I suppose there is more than one in the front.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one.
Yeah. I wonder, like, if it's abandoned, if you just move in. What, like, can you?
I don't know, but this place is awesome.
I like that. I'd love
I
to go.
wouldn't mind
That's
to
a-
live there.
Is that museum?
Museum, yeah.
With the end.
Too long without a hat or
No.
sunblock.
I
I know.
know.
Dizzy and said, "Oh, we name it Youngsburg or something," and then it stuck. In
Lolly.
reality, it didn't matter. It was abandoned once again just 5 years later in 1926. In 1940, the U.S. military was training in the
Oh,
area and
man, look at
started
that
a grass
building.
fire that burned half the town down. Today, it's a tourist attraction with a museum, saloon, and more. There's actually a guy that's considered the mayor of the town, but there's no real residents. I find that strange. Talk about giving yourself a title.
Yeah.
Giving out titles. I'm the king of YouTube, by the way, if anyone's asking. Number
That's my
4,
favorite one,
Iditarod,
so-
Alaska. The town
Oh,
of
that's
Iditarod
good.
was named after the Iditarod River, not the dog race. On Christmas Day, 1908, prospector John Beaton and Bill Dykeman found gold on Otter Creek, a tributary to the Iditarod River. And of course, when stories of gold or pumpkin spice latte start floating around, people show up. Miners started building a gold field, and a small camp was built, later known as Flat. People
Just
and
like the
supplies
hunting
traveled
huts, yeah.
to the gold fields by boat from the Yukon River and up the Iditarod River to the current town site. Iditarod first appeared on the 1920 U.S. Census as an incorporated city of just
Wow, look
50
at that.
residents. The boom had already...
History in that photo.
You love this,
Ah,
don't you?
freaking! I could look at old photos all day. I look at that guy's moustache. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna grow mine like that.
No, you know.
I think I've got a photo on my phone still. I kept the moustache when I had my big beard, and Kat and Leia were not having it.
It played out,
Didn't
so
look
you
good.
know, there was only like 50 people then.
Ginge.
At its peak, they
You liked
suspect
it.
it was closer to about 300 people. They're not totally sure. In 1931, it was disincorporated, leaving just a single resident by the 1940 census. Iditarod
Wow.
never appeared on the census again. And no, it's not on any Alaskan cruise. I checked. Number 3, Rhyolite, Nevada. Rhyolite is within Death Valley, and like many ghost towns, Rhyolite was a booming mining town in the early 1900s. In its heyday, the
Like
city had a
camping.
hospital, a stock exchange, and even an opera house.
That's
They had
pretty
about
cool.
8,000 residents
I
at
like
one
those
point. But by the
buildings, man.
1920s, almost every resident had left thanks to natural and financial disasters.
bank.
In the 1920 census, they had one resident left, and he was in his 90s. When they asked him why he had never left, he said, "I don't know."
I thought there was gonna be some like sentimental. This is my home. Why haven't you left? I don't know. That is. I love those old like wooden buildings, man. I think it's from the Western movies.
Yeah.
You know, like you can just imagine when you walk on it, the sound it makes, like the.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to get some spurs on your boots.
Disasters. In the 1920 census, they had one resident left, and he was in his 90s. When they asked him why he had never left, he said, "I don't know."
Oh no.
Number 2, Thurman, West Virginia. Thurman makes it on back-to-back lists. Good job, Thurman. I don't know why I just said that. The 5 remaining residents will never hear it. I don't think they can get internet. Thurman is located in southwestern West Virginia. The city's purpose was originally being a stop on a rail line and for local mining operations. The city racked up over $4 million in freight revenue over its lifetime. However, when the automotive industry took off, it
Doesn't
kind
look
of
that
killed Thurman. Today, a few residents still reside here, but it's still considered a ghost town. I know, it just seems weird. If there's people still living there, it's really not a ghost
Yeah.
town, but they still have it registered as one. Anyway, moving on. Here's a strange fact.
You can tell that the town next to us it's a ghost
Which
town.
one is that?
Rojobero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
on a Sunday.
you go there on a Sunday, and that is literally like a ghost town. It's just literally no one there.
Maybe we should walk around and just film one day. That's supposed to be our like city.
Yeah.
And on a Sunday, that you don't see anybody. You might
Coffee
see
shops are closed.
everything.
The cake shops are closed.
Everything.
Like it's just like
It's weird.
weird.
And it's quiet. It's so strange. Church bells. You hear church bells at a certain point. But that's it.
Fact about Thurman, if in fact it is a fact, one of the two hotels.
We had a bridge like that. Sorry to pause again. We had a bridge similar to that in South Africa. That we're in Mandini where we lived. The old Tugela Bridge was like that. It got washed away.
Back in the day, is known for being where the longest game of poker ever was played. According to Ripley's Believe It or Not, this card game lasted 14 years. I hope it wasn't a strip poker game.
14?
Imagine
No,
that?
it wasn't
I'm sure
strip
at some
poker.
point someone would have yelled, "Come on, lady, I've been at it 5 years and all I've seen is an elbow." And number 1. Calico, California. Here's one I've been to a few too many times in my life, and I don't know why my parents took us there like 3 or 4 times as kids. My younger brother and I believed they were looking for a good place to leave our older sister. Sadly, our dreams never were answered, no matter how many birthday wishes, wishbones, and coins into wells I wasted on it. Calico was a booming new city in 1881 when silver was found in the mines there. By 1890, the town had hit its population peak with about 3,500 residents, and that same year, the Silver Purchase Act was enacted and drove down the price of silver. Calico silver mines were no longer economically viable. Today, it's a historical landmark and tourist attraction. You can pan for gold, take a ride on the Calico-Odessa Railroad,
Pan for
watch
gold? I thought it was a silver
people
mine.
in the parking lot, or explore Maggie Mine, the only mine in America that's safe for visitors. That argue in the parking lot thing is something I saw as a kid, and I always remembered it. The couple was having a screaming match in the parking lot with a bunch of people around, and if I remember correctly, the man didn't want to leave and the lady did. I don't know if he wanted to stay like forever or just longer that day. Maybe he wanted to get a chip.
If we go to that other one in, was it Arizona?
Yeah.
That'll be me and you. I don't want to go. We'll be arguing. I want to stay here.
Nothing like having a mortgage on a ghost town, right? Calico these days is mostly used for a backdrop of commercials like Geico and
movies, I
other
would
type of
imagine.
commercials. But they still get visitors, and you could see it from the highway. So that's well, you can see the sign.
love
They got
those
Calico
buildings,
written on
man.
the
Looks
hillside,
awesome.
which kind of interesting. I remember seeing that as a kid all the time as we drove by. I'd look for it the whole time we'd drive through the desert. It was weird.
Oh, I loved
Nice.
some of those. Some of them weren't really ghost towns. I was expecting more spooky stuff.
Oh yeah, but like, you can't see this in
No.
Slovakia or in the UK
No.
because it just
I mean,
shows how large America is. That there is so many empty.
Yeah, just
towns,
abandoned. You just get up and go.
abandoned towns,
Yeah,
like,
I suppose so. There is like ruins and that in some places, but not whole towns, like castle ruins.
Yeah, but like like there is always people living somewhere.
True, very true.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. Was it in Arizona? That one. This one.
Yeah.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I love
Even
that
the like surroundings, like the mountains and stuff,
There's
it's
a-
just awesome.
There's a guy on YouTube. I don't know if it's still there. He's bought a ghost town and he's living there.
See, this is what I wondered, whether you can do that. Like, you say, like, oh, I just want to live secluded, so I'm going to buy a ghost town.
Yeah, because he explores all the mines and stuff. He found an old pair of jeans and all sorts. I'll try to see if I can find the YouTube channel because it's similar to this. It doesn't have the amount of buildings in that, but it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
I'd love to go see something like this. It's so.
You probably would love to live there.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's the winter like. I'm dreading winter. I took Garen to school this morning, and it's the first time I properly had to scrape the car, and I wasn't happy. I only had to scrape it because I wasn't early enough. Usually I go
but
out
you
and
did
start
get
it.
yourself the scraping thing with the glove on.
with like a mitten because my hands get so cold. Like I struggle with my hands and feet. So the neighbours must think I'm a right softy with that silly little thing on my hands scraping the windscreen.
And it's just the beginning.
Yeah, it's not even started properly yet.
Well, you never know. Maybe it will be a very mild
Oh,
winter.
I hope so. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. I am going to try and film some vlogs soon. The reason we haven't at the moment is because nothing really has changed in the sense of we've got a few new windows. there's still all, like you can see, I've still got a plaster all over all this stuff. So nothing really has changed, but a lot's changed downstairs in my fish room. So if you guys don't mind, I might film a video down there for you guys, because I love it down there. I was there first. I'm down there first thing in the morning when I wake up. I love going down there. So yeah, I might show you what's changed down there. And then yeah, we'll film some vlogs once the heating's in. They're going to start doing that tomorrow, hopefully. And then we can start doing the inside up, which is we sort of waiting for.
Well, we kind of like started. Well, you started.
Yeah, but what we're waiting for now is because we don't know exactly what's happening with the radiators.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So we haven't even really. We've cleaned, don't get me wrong, but like we haven't gone out of our way to scrub walls or windows yet, because we know there's going to be more dust. Sorry, babe. So we're just waiting for that, and then we'll start filming some more vlogs, because we enjoy the vlog. I really enjoy the vlogs. To be honest. So yeah. Anyway, like I say, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we will see you when?
In the next video.
Bye.
Bye.